ladies and gentlemen.
It's the Poojie Podcast, proudly sponsored by Cimarron Golf Club. Good morning, Pooj crew. Here we are again for another morning with Pooj, the Morning Pooj. You've had your coffee, you got your sleep, you had some rest this past evening, and now you're enjoying your Saturday morning, and it's a beautiful morning to enjoy. Last day of July, last day of the last month without football until next March. How about that? August coming up, we have football coming up. I know that's very exciting. I'm very excited personally. It gives me content to put out. Yesterday, you saw me talk a little 90407 sports. We're back to do it again. We talked Trevor Lawrence and the Jags training camp yesterday on Morning Pooj of Friday, July 30th. Today, taking it down I-95 to I-4 into Orlando to give a little bit of a shout out, a little bit of love to Orlando. About a year and a half ago, I was in Vancouver and got to go experience the Olympic Village in Vancouver. I thought it was a great experience, an awesome experience, and saw the dorms, the apartments where these athletes stayed, saw their training facilities, saw where they relaxed and unwound after the Olympics, after the competitions. But imagine being on the campus of a college and knowing there's Olympians walking or that have walked the same streets, the same sidewalks, the same Gemini circle that you walk while you're at UCF or while you were at UCF. That's what we're here to talk about today. UCF well represented in the Olympics. And what's so cool about this is a few years back when Danny White took over as athletic director of UCF, he said one thing that stuck in the minds of a lot of fans. I know it stuck in my mind. He wanted to be not only a top 25 academic school, he wanted to be a top 25 football program, and he wanted to be a top 25 athletic program. And what signifies that more than the Olympics and sending athletes to the Olympics? And not only athletes, we have referees. We have a men's basketball referee out of UCF, one of the most successful graduates of the Recreation and Wellness Center's intramural officiating program. Steve Anderson graduated from UCF. His first Olympics were in 2016. He was the only U.S. referee in the men's basketball competition. But Steve Anderson, he's been in the NBA, NCAA college basketball, and now he's working in the Olympics, and he's done FIBA as well. But the Olympics, obviously, representing the U.S., fantastic job by Steve Anderson getting to the Olympics as a referee. That's got to be really cool. We also have a para-triathlon, Kyle Kuhn, a 2013 graduate from UCF. He is doing he's a para-triathlon, so triathlete, doing the para-triathlon, which the Paralympics will be happening in a few weeks, late August into early September. So be on the lookout for him. Exciting to watch him. He was a part of a few gold medals by Team USA in the 2016 Olympics, so shout out to Kyle Kuhn. And a name a lot of us probably know. You're looking at Phil Dahlhauser, 2008 Beijing Olympics, made his debut, won Best Beach Volleyball Player at those Olympics. You probably remember watching him. He always had the sunglasses without the lenses in them. Now, if you weren't a UCF fan, you probably had no idea. This guy's 41 years old now, graduated in 2002, but he's been representing UCF on the men's beach volleyball stage for the last 12 years, the last 4 Olympics now at this point. Beijing, London, Rio, and now Tokyo 2021. So he's had a fantastic, illustrious career. If you have not watched him, he is carrying this team with Nick Lucina over in Tokyo right now. They're doing a great job men's volleyball, so shout out to Phil Dahlhauser getting it done straight out of UCF. Also, we have on Team Brazil for women's soccer, Aline Reis, excuse me if I butchered that name, played soccer at UCF, was on the women's team. She now coaches at UCLA, most recently is what I've heard from her, but she's on the Brazilian women's soccer team. So shout out to her. I mean, Brazil soccer is world renowned. So shout out to her for earning her spot on Brazil's team, a 2011 grad out of UCF. And a more recent graduate, Maddie Rogers, out of 2020 UCF graduate, USA weightlifting. So if you were ever in the Rec and Wellness Center, watch out. This girl was in there lifting weights, probably putting you to shame. I know she was putting me to shame. I can lift all of 45 pounds if I know what's best for me. Maddie Rogers in the Rec and Wellness Center, now in the Olympics. So anytime you step in that Rec and Wellness Center, think of Steve Anderson, the referee who started as an IM basketball coach, or referee, excuse me. Think of Maddie Rogers. Anytime you're on the sand volleyball court, think of Maddie Rogers, or Phil Dahlhauser, playing on the sand volleyball courts right there by Nike apartments on campus, the Nike dorms right there on campus. And a really cool one, because rugby became a thing at UCF when I was there. Kristen Thomas is on the Rugby Sevens Team USA women's team, and I'm pretty sure she scored a goal earlier this week. So big shout out to Kristen Thomas too, representing again UCF on the international stage. We love watching UCF in domestic sports. It's even greater watching them compete internationally. And also a BMX freestylist, Chelsea Wolf, from the 2016 class, Team USA. She's out there competing as an alternate, so hopefully she gets a chance to get on the bike. I think BMX is in week 2, so that's coming up this coming week. It actually is just currently concluded. So go check out how she competed in the BMX competition, Chelsea Wolf. So shout out to those UCF grads out there getting it done. Super exciting. But when we talk about UCF, we also got to talk about the other 2 schools in the Florida Big 3, and that's Florida and Florida State. Kieran Smith, swimmer out of Florida. Nick Lucina, beach volleyball player, I just mentioned him. He went to Florida State. Katrina Young, a diver, she went to Florida State as well. Grant Holloway went to Florida. He does track and field. Marquise Dendy, UF, track and field. And Taylor Manson, track and field for UF, as well as Will Clay. So Florida, we've known Florida for a major sports state, and now the colleges are well represented. So shout out to Florida, FSU, and of course UCF for all that they've done in these 2021 Tokyo Olympics. More to come tomorrow of Jack's natives in the Olympics. Excited to get to that. But until then, go enjoy your Saturday. Maybe go play some golf, go fishing, do some day drinking, party, get some yard work done, whatever it is. But you've had your morning pooch, you got the energy. Now you're ready to go for the day and for the weekend, ringing in August, the 8th month of the year, coming up tomorrow. So until next time, go enjoy your day and go make this world a better place. Take care.